Yeah, so we're at the Project Paradise restoration area on the southern side of the macadamia orchard, and today we're beginning planting out the 2025 restoration section of a 100 hectare restoration area. We've made some quite significant progress this morning despite the critical heat here, over 30 degrees and humid here, but getting the job done. We've got a beautiful array of different Wallam species, different Banksias, Melaleucas, eucalyptus, all sorts of different species that were here prior to clearing and agriculture, which will be restored back to connect the two national parks and make a fantastic wildlife corridor. So if you pan across, you can see we flag every tree just to make sure that the tree's still there when we clear all the weeds away and don't mistakenly spray the native plants. So callistemons, eucalyptus. We have some Eucalyptus hallei, which is a threatened species we're restoring. We've got some Banksias here. So like I say, quite an array of different species. You'll see on the ground quite weedy in the interrows. So this will be sprayed out, and what we're doing is quite novel. We're going to be using a mechanical seeder, which basically we drop a bunch of native seeds in, and it sort of slightly buries them in the interrow. So the rows are all spaced out about 6 metres, and then the interrows will be seeded with native plants. So the whole area is just going to come back, big thick bush. It's irrigated for the moment to basically just give us a bit of insurance and make sure that that they don't dry out. I mean, at the moment we don't have any worries about that. It's absolutely saturated and humid and wet, but we just got to take every chance we can. So, yep, all happening very well. We've got red ash in the back sorting out the plants, and we've also got wild on site here as well, helping us plant.
Yeah, I'm Bruce Wire, and we're part of Wild Projects, and we're an Indigenous youth organisation that is based in and around the Burnett, so around the Bundy region, and also the Wide Bay. So we also work out of Maryborough and Harvey Bay, and we focus in on Indigenous youth, getting them out on country, really getting them to serve their place, their people, rather than always take. So we try to get them away from the norm, so away from the rooms, away from being closed in and doing programs as such inside buildings. We like to focus on projects, which is actually building something, not trying to program something into the young fellas. Yeah.
Cool.
So we've been lucky enough to sit at the table and get involved with this re-veg site, and it's so special for us because like Wild Projects has a concept called Better to Give, and it was birthed out of crisis. As Brother Brad Crosby would always yarn those yarns on how Wild Projects became Wild Projects. So when we get to give back to country and in this format, like actually physically putting plants in the ground and making habitat, future habitat for the emu to have a corridor to roam through, that's the sort of stuff that we want youth to be a part of and actually know that you're not just putting trees in the ground. What we're doing today, there's actually a whole lot of thinking, science, and a lot of cultural knowledge that goes into why the plant's got to be here, the family that it represents, the country that it's going into, and really bring them to understand that whatever happens on country is reflected in society. So if you've got an unhealthy bushland, we believe that we have an unhealthy society or town. So this is one way that we teach that extra level. Rather than just planting plants, there's that extra deeper meaning of what the plant actually means to the country, and then in turn, what does that mean to you? So that's what we walk the youth through, and we've been so blessed to be a part of this project and get an opportunity to plant all these amazing native trees and shrubs and ground covers and stuff, and just really walking alongside the scientists too, and understanding and getting a grip on what their thinking is too, so we can be, it's like a two-way street with knowledge. Like they hand some knowledge onto us, and then we bestow some traditional knowledge, and the youth get to witness that firsthand while we're doing it. It's just, kicking goals everywhere.
Youth as well.
Yeah, the youth are always there. Like we've got 2 youth here today working, and we're going to have another youth join tomorrow. Yeah. And it's just we just always cycle them in so they get a bit of a taste of what's it like sitting in the circles we are, yarning about the projects. You're not just getting told to do a job. What does that entail? It just gives that extra level of why you're doing it. You're not just doing it just because you're doing it because of A, B, C, D, E, and however long the list goes. We just go through it, and yeah, then they're simple yarns. They're not like overwhelming yarns to throw a whole heap of big words, scientific words at you. They're actually like, it's like we at Wild Projects want the youth to walk alongside us while we're doing these sort of things and, you know, giving back to the land.
Because we are the trees.
Because we are the trees. See, we are the trees.
Plots, and at first they're a bit hard to see, some of the natives, but if you get down, we've got Acacia complanata here, Acacia hubbardiana, come over here, we've got Carimbia intermedia, a whole range of plants coming up, and they're in really high densities. So the mechanical seeding has been really successful.